Today we're gonna have a look at the first few ideas that I'm creating for my album. Hey, what's up? Husman here, and in the past few months you might have noticed that I've been talking a lot about my new video game, a lot about new music, and I thought it was only fair for you guys to get a first few sneak peeks of the music that I'm creating for the album. And the album is gonna be music-wise a little bit similar to the Husman sound that you know and hopefully love. But it will also change a little bit because I feel if you're gonna do an album, you need to do something specific for that album and not just be replications of the things that you're already doing in your single releases. That's just my philosophy for an album. As you might know, I love to do story-driven music, and for my new game, the story will be set in the near future, 10 years after the events of Rise the Mad King to be exact. So, of course, the music will have some sci-fi elements, the music will have some hard-hitting drops, some dope melodies. But for this album, I've decided to put the BPM a bit down, around the 100-110 mark. And in this way, I'm gonna see if I can change my music in a way that can be a bit more different than the things that I usually do, because I don't want to fall into the trap that I see a lot of people do, is copy pasting music. And I really feel like, for me personally, I want to adapt, I want to evolve my sound into something I hope better and just try out new stuff. And with this way I can try to find different rhythms that usually don't work at 130, 128 BPM, use different sounds to get my story, get my vibes across. So I thought it would be really fun today to join me into a little listening session. We're gonna listen through some sounds that I've created, some basic ideas. None of these sounds are final yet. It's basically me trying to find the direction of my album and what I want to tell in the stories and what I want to tell with the music for the game. So the first song is basically a soundscape followed by a big heavy drop, which I think captures the feeling that I want to go for in the music for the album. It's hard hitting but still has that sci-fi feel in the break, so enjoy. Now, one of the main takeaways for me in this kind of direction is that I don't go for like a super saw in the drop, but really for a different kind of sound. It's actually just a guitar loop that I really mashed about and really add a lot of distortion to, which I think gives the cool futuristic feel, which I really like for this kind of track. The following songs that I want to share with you are really more mellow. They are a bunch of melodies that I'm creating, which I don't even know what direction I would go for. So if you have any ideas for any of these melodies that you think that's a cool direction for it, please leave them below. I will sure have a look at the comments and see if I can get some inspiration from there. Now before we go on to the next one, I want to point out something. A main reason for me doing these videos is of my terrible memory. I forget a lot of stuff. I forget a lot of bad stuff that happened, a lot of good stuff that happens. So for me, doing these kind of videos is a really cool way to document the things that I do in my career as a music producer and as a creative human being. So that's actually the main reason for me, and I'm really glad that you enjoy watching these videos, because it's also, I really love to see what other people are working on in the studio, the creative process. And I would just want to give you an idea of why I create these kind of videos and why I do enjoy it so much and try to get it across to you guys. So enough about that. I really want to show you the next one. The next one is a harder one, and it's called Kill 'Em. I got really inspired by a track by a game I played a lot of years ago. I believe it's Far Cry 3. There was a section in the game where you had to put down some weed plantations, and the game Make It Bun Them from Skrillex started playing. And that stuck with me throughout my career. That was like, if I ever do something which involves combat, I really want to have a really dope track playing when the combat is being started. So this is the background idea for this track, so have a listen to Kill 'Em.
Move like tight synopsises, level the score, two crews from the tenement floor, as I draw from the heavenly lake, right in the enemy, right in the roadway, high in the enemy, dealing with the best inspirations. Right in the enemy, right in the roadway, high in the enemy, dealing with the best inspiration.
As you can hear, it starts off with a really edgy vocal that I put through a vocoder, and then I basically made like a really nasty lead synth which gives the main power of the track. So really hope you enjoyed this one. It's something that I'm really looking into, creating some dark bass lines as well. Now the last one, I really need you guys' opinion, because I'm not sure if it's good enough, if it sounds good enough to my ears, the whole idea. It's a melodic track similar to these, a little bit similar to Porter Robinson still, but I really wanted to give it their own kind of feel. So I'm really curious to hear what you think of the vocal, the melody, the structure of the track. So have a listen to this one.
You are what I waited for, oh. You make me touch the sky when I'm down. 'Cause when I'm with you, I'm fine. When you go, I'm sad. I like my life with you, oh. 'Cause you're my one love. And I'm not saying lies, you're the one in my heart, my heart. You make me feel alive, I feel crazy, you make me smile, smile. Feel like I can't fly. One love, make me feel alive.
So yeah, let me know in the comments what you especially think of this last one. The other ones, I'm quite sure that I think the direction is good. For this one, I'm still not too sure about, so let me know. This was what I wanted to share with you this week. A little update with regards to my upcoming album, which will take a little bit of time, but I really like to document, as I've said earlier, my progress throughout this album. Something I didn't do with the last one. I'm quite sad that I don't have any recollection of the process and how I really created every little bits of the old album. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Now if you like what I do, hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe, become part of the clan. I also have a Patreon account, so if you want to get some cool sounds, support me as a creative artist, head over to patreon.com/husmanmusic and see if there's anything that you like over there. And then I see you all on the next video. Take care, bye bye.